What's going on, YouTube? It's your girl, Miss Honey. Listen, so I'm coming to you guys with a super quick review, non-spoiler review for Netflix's Luke Cage. Okay, you guys know I am the all-time queen of binge watching, and um, I have seen the entire series. It's taken me 2 days, but I've seen the entire series, and I have to go ahead right now and just give her 2 thumbs up. I need to figure out like a Miss Honey system. You know, I'm giving it 2 spoonfuls of honey, okay? Okay, so I'm gonna give it 2 spoons, all right? Okay, so let's just talk about Luke Cage. First of all, I was so excited for Luke Cage to come out. And if you guys know anything about Marvel comics, then you already know about Luke Cage. He's an African American superhero. Um, and it's an action movie. It's about an African American male who was given super strength and durability by a sabotaged experiment. A wrongly um, accused guy who goes through this experiment, and he's been given super strength. Um, I kind of sort of don't want to talk too much about it because I don't want to give any spoilers out. So let's just go right into cast, okay? One of I have a lot of pros about this series on Netflix, and I have one con, okay? I would say 2 cons, but really I only have one con and just a footnote. Okay, so let's talk about main characters. Main characters includes Mike Coulter. He plays Luke Cage. Now, you may also remember him from Jessica Jones. He was Jessica Jones's love interest, okay? If you guys have not seen Jessica Jones, please get your life right now, okay? Jessica Jones is the business, all right? That's another Netflix series that you can binge watch, okay? Get your Jessica Jones on, okay? Simone McKissick. Um, Mystic plays Misty Knight. Theo Rossi plays Shades. You guys know, remember Theo from Empire second season. He was the love interest of Cookie Lyons. Okay, Alfred Woodard plays a badass Black Mariah, y'all. Okay. Rosario Dawson is another main character. Ron Cephas Jones plays Bobby Fish. The guy who plays Diamondback is Eric LeRae Harvey. Okay, he plays an excellent Diamondback. Okay. And you know, it's my suggestion that when people see these series, to get some perspective, go back online and look up some of these Marvel comics. Just get a little back history. You can even go out on YouTube and check out some of you know, some commentary about these Marvel comics and get yourself excited about it. Get your kids excited about comics because um you know, it's where movies are headed. And you know, we already see Stan Lee and his company have embarked upon this whole series with Iron Man and the Avengers and all of that. Well, Luke Cage plays into that. It's Marvel. It sort of plays into that. So, um, you know, get excited about comics is what I'm saying. It's, you know, um, let's see who else. Y'all, Mahershala Ali plays Cottonmouth. And when I tell y'all, Mahershala Ali is the finest black man, okay, ever, ever. He is one of the finest black men. I think he also played on The Wire too, along with another character main character on here, Sonia Song. She's not really a main character. She plays on 3 episodes, but as usual, she always plays a police officer. She was on The Wire too. But y'all, that Mahershala Ali, he is altogether lovely. Okay, altogether lovely. Oh, it's the voice. Slim Bill. Yes, 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 honey. Yes, ladies. Yes. Ooh, that eye candy is everything. Jacob Vargas plays Domingo Colon. That's another brother of color from my Latin mother. Um, Dawn Lynn Gardner plays in 4 episodes, and she is a reporter, but you also will know her as Charlie from Queen Sugar, okay? So, these are just tons and tons of people in there. Like I said, it's 184 cast members, y'all. I am not kidding. Probably 160 to 170 of those cast members are people of color, black, brown, yellow. Um, you know, it, it, it's a wonderful thing. It's a wonderful thing. It's the cinematography is beautiful. There's tons of natural hair. There's tons of New York style and flair and feel. If you're a New Yorker, if you love New York, you're gonna love this series. It's all about Brooklyn. Frankie Faison is in it. He plays Pop Hunter. Um, let's see. Do, 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 do. Okay, there were quite a few special guests as well that sang, did performances because this is centered around a club. And I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys who um, those are. Jadena was one, Faith Evans was one, Charles Bradley sang a really, really good song. Um, he's old school, brother. Y'all, Dapper Dan appears just briefly, but when I tell y'all he is the sharpest dressed man on earth, Dapper Dan don't want none, y'all. He had on a cream colored suit, like creamish, yellowish, creamish colored suit. And inside was a tobacco colored vest, ostrich vest that didn't have a collar, just came slightly up around his neck, and just it was so beautifully tailored. Y'all don't want none from Dapper Dan, okay? Y'all really don't, okay? Get you some history. Method Man plays himself on here now. He does a really, really great rap. Sway is on there, Heather B, because they're all a part, I think, of Method Man's morning show. So the morning show was on there basically. Um, I mentioned Faith Evans and uh, Jadena. There were quite a few celebrity appearances. I guess you call them celebrity appearances, singers, and I was here for it. It was really, really good. Um, so let me say this. You guys obviously know that one of my major, major likes in this series was the fact that it was so chock full of people of color. I really, really am here for that. It makes me feel empowered. It makes me feel accepted. It makes me feel beautiful. And I feel like as an African American, I really, really need that right now. I think our people really, really need that right now. And so I'm here for this series. Most of the directors were Caucasian directors from what I can see. There's one that was black, and then there's a couple that's not pictured, so I'm not really sure. But it bears mentioning, considering the most of the cast were primarily African Americans. Now, um, Luke Cage was always African American in Marvel Comics. So that should be said. But I mean, we've had Caucasians play Cleopatra and Egyptians, Moses. We've had Caucasians play people who were obviously of color. So this movie didn't have to be made with so many people of color. Okay, it could have been made with a ton of Caucasians. Um, so I think it bears mentioning that it was created, although by predominantly Caucasian directors. They stayed true to um, Marvel's original um, feel, which was African American, right? Genre, right? Okay. Um, the guy who plays Luke Cage does a really, really good job. Uh, this series kind of puts you in the mind, if you grew up in back in the day with Saturday morning cartoons and Saturday wrestling and that type of thing, where the special effects aren't so big and grandiose, but just general good fight scenes back in the day where kids made their own fight sounds. This kind of reminds you of that, pew, 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 pew. So I'm so here for that. I love that about this show. Um, and it is beautifully filmed. Around the city, it's beautifully filmed. It's very current day. So there's Uber, there's Twitter, there's cell phones, all of that. It's brought into 2016 completely. I love that. But again, it's not so overdone with the special effects, okay? You get this sense of being a kid sitting around the TV and wrestling in the middle of the floor, until your mama tell y'all that, that it's all kicks and giggles till somebody get their eye put out. Okay, that's the feeling you get watching this. I do think I only have two cons. Now that you guys have heard all my pros about the series, um, is that I do think it starts out kind of slow. It's paced out really, really slowly. Um, but given where it's going, which I think is the second season, um, it kind of had to be like you need to know a little bit more about Luke Cage and how things came about um, in order to be ready for season two. Okay. I do think the finish was a little slow and it didn't need to be. Um, the other thing, which is really, really my only con actually, is that there is an exorbitant, gratuitous, unnecessary amount of the use of the word, the N word. Okay. And I've used it a million times. I catch myself using it, here and there now. It's something that I work on every day, not using the N word. I don't know. In this racial climate today, in the social climate we have today, I feel guilty using it. I feel it's inappropriate. I feel dirty using it. And I have to say, hearing it used repeatedly in this series um, made me feel a type of way. Like I didn't enjoy that. And, my excitement meter was really, really up here. And every time I heard this word, you know, it dropped for me. There is a point in the movie where Luke Cage himself addresses the word. I think it's beautifully done. So there is that, but it's still always there. And I don't think it's necessary. I think there could have been another substitution, perhaps Negro, and I don't think anyone would have noticed in my opinion. It's full of curse words, okay? And ironically, the curse words, the MFs and GDs, didn't bother me like the N word. Like the N word really, really bothered me, and it's used a lot. So it's not a deal breaker for me. I would watch the series again, and I'm looking forward to the second season. I just think it's one of the things that they can improve on is to cut that out. Like it's not even necessary, in my opinion. Check out Luke Cage. If you have not had an opportunity to check out the series, I encourage you to check it out. It's like I said, it's beautifully done. It's a great series. I personally think you will enjoy it. Um, I would love to hear your feedback. If you've seen it, um, how did you feel about it? How did you feel about the diversity? I know there was some conversation about the diversity not being it's great. I don't know where that's coming from because this is a super, super diverse cast. There's tons of people of color, and that's okay, America. Um, and how did you feel about, um, the whole setup and how they rolled out the whole story? Also, how did you feel about the use of the N word? I'd love to hear your thoughts about it. So, um, thanks you guys for checking me out for this really, really quick review, non-spoiler review of Luke Cage. I'll see you guys tomorrow for Queen Sugar. Um, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you later, honeybees, okay? Ah, holla.